I put my dad in the street against a heavyweight.
I've gone back to the dad, I've punched him a few more times.
5 blokes outside my front door, can you come and help
One
me?
hell of a fucking story, so stay tuned.
Oscar Bevis, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. Leigh joins me here in Nottingham, the man of Nottingham. Is it kind of a bit bittersweet being here tonight? Because let's be honest, it should all be about you tonight, and there should be a packed arena out there screaming your name, ready for one of the biggest fights of your career.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking, frustrating. Kind of like right at the last hurdle, you know, got a little tear in my bicep. Tried to just crack on and push through. Give it a few days rest, 5 days rest. Went to spar again. First few rounds, well, I might be all right. You know, then round by round, and then by the end of the spar, I can't hold my arm up. So I tried my best. Things like this happen. You know, you have to just kind of keep cracking on. I'm sure I'll get another date. I'm not sure if it's going to be this year or early next year. But look, I've had 3 major operations before. It's nothing I'm not new to. But like I said, it's just frustrating and heartbreaking. But here to support the fighters. There's been some good fights on, and I'm looking forward to the main event and Terry Harper next.
Yeah, I know obviously you just said that you kind of tried to give it a go with a bicep and test it out a bit. Did you ever have that in the back of your mind? Not that it's the right thing to do, of course, because you are fighting at elite level now. But did you ever have that in the back of your mind where you're thinking, do you know what? If I take, I don't know, some painkiller injections, could I try anything to get out there? Did it ever cross your mind? Not that it's the right thing to do, but did it?
That's the first thing, as a fighter, your first thing you think is, I'll be all right. I'll give it a bit of rest. A lot of massage. I've been in the hyperbaric chambers. I tried to do everything I could do. I gave myself the best possible chance of fighting. I didn't want to let anyone down. Didn't want any refunds. Didn't want a postponement or reschedule. I wanted to fight. I fought against a fighter which I knew I was going to get shit for when I got the injury. But it is what it is. Like, obviously, I picked that fight. I wanted that fight. I still want that fight. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I tried my best to pursue and just crack on. But, you know, my last fight, I had a bad shoulder. I still want perfect. Still in a lot of pain with it. I got a cut 6 weeks out. All these things, you get them in camp, you get niggles, but you have to draw the line when you've got one arm at this level. So, you know.
Yeah, I was going to say, I know, well, I'm guessing you would have seen some of the stuff people have said online. I spoke to Ben about it and he kind of dismissed it a little bit, but there have been people out there saying that the injury is convenient, and I'll put that in speech marks. We know Lara's a dangerous fucker, let's be honest. We saw what he done to Josh. He's a dangerous, dangerous boy. But yeah, this is because you've got an injury. This isn't, you know, it's a ridiculous claim to sit there and state that you've pulled out of the fight at this time for any other reason.
Yeah, don't let my auntie hear you say that, because we did 3,000 tickets and 3,000 refunds with thousands of different people. It was an absolute nightmare. And myself picking up tickets, dropping them off. Look, I picked to fight Laura. Why would I pull out? You know what I mean? It's frustrating. People have always got something to say, and I'm not really bothered what people have got to say. Hopefully, I can shut all them people up when it gets rescheduled, if it gets rescheduled, hopefully. And I'm looking forward to getting a new date.
Yeah, I just want to kind of pick up on that if it gets rescheduled, because let's be honest, there are so many good fights out there anyway. Is it the one you want simply for prove the point that you want to get in there and do a job on someone like Lara? Because there is so much else out there, of course.
Yeah, there's loads of fights out there for me, but you know, I don't want people saying, "Oh, I got pulled out and for whatever reason, etc." But that fight was to get me to fight the winner of Santa Cruz and Vargas for 2 belts. So it's all down to the time frame. Obviously, if that fight comes up, if they fight before then, before the end of the year, then that fight's next, and it is what it is. I'm sure Law will happen later down the line if that happens. But at the minute, where my head's at the minute is it's going to be Laura next. Hopefully my arm's better in enough time to fight before. Well, I'll be ready for December time. So if that fight can happen in December or January, then it'll happen. If Eddie's got other plans and I have to fight for 2 belts, well, that's a privilege to fight for 2 belts. Then obviously it's a no-brainer. But Law will have to happen at a later date. It's frustrating, so frustrating, mate.
I know with Josh Warrington, there's potential for him to fight Luis Lopez in December. I spoke to Sean yesterday and he said that's kind of all systems go. Look, I know obviously injured now, you want Lara to happen and there's a lot to go before this, but you and Josh are still so massive. Is it kind of a bit of a collision course for next year? Because you and Josh, Nottingham or Leeds, wherever, is just like an insanely big fight.
It's a massive fight. And if that comes up first, you know, that's also a no-brainer. But we've just got to see how it lines up. Boxing's got so many twists and turns, and you never know what's going to happen next. My focus at the minute is just getting 100%. It's get sorting my arm out. You know, I've had 2 weeks full rest. I've got one more full week rest, and I've got a bit of rehab to do, which is another week or two, by the sounds of it, and then I'll be back sparring. So I could effectively be ready for December or second week in December, after sparring and getting fit properly. But we'll see. Warrington's a massive fight. Santa Cruz is a massive fight. Varus is a massive fight. Adlara is a massive fight. We sold out the arena. Just want to say thank you to everyone that got behind me and bought a ticket to come to this show tonight. Obviously, there's a lot of refunds getting out, so you didn't come tonight. But I really appreciate everyone getting behind me. And there's going to be a massive fight, whether that's Laura, whether that's anyone in my division in that top 5. And I can't wait to put on a show for you all when I'm better.
Yeah, I put my dad in the street against a heavyweight.
I've gone back to the dad. I've punched him a few more times.
5 blokes outside my front door. Can you come and help
One
me?
hell of a fucking story, so stay tuned.